Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today, and happy Madras Week. My name is Laura. I'm an American diplomat here at the U.S. Consulate General in Chennai. I'm so excited to introduce today's program. I think we're all in for a very big treat as we take an adventure through Nanbenda, Story of Two Friends, as told by Janaki Sabesh. Janaki is an incredible storyteller, voiceover artist, actor, and many other things. And I know that she is going to make today's story absolutely pop through our computer screens as we learn about the friendship between Balaji and Oscar while they explore the history and the sights of beautiful Madras. And of course, what a perfect time to hear this story right now as we celebrate the 381st, wow, anniversary of Madras during the 2020 Madras Week. The United States and India have always had a very important friendship, just like the two characters in the story we are about to hear. And Madras has played an important role in that friendship throughout the years. If you have any questions today after hearing the story or as we're going through it, please feel free to write your questions in the comment box on the Facebook Live event or have a parent or a teacher do that for you. Hopefully at the end of the story, we'll have a few minutes for Janaki to share answers about your questions and to have a discussion about what we've heard today. Also, we'd love to hear who you are. So type in your comments where you're listening from, if you're from home, from a school. It's great to know who's joining us for today's program. Also, you might want to think about the question, what does Madras mean to you? Hopefully we'll have some time to discuss that after today's story. So with that, I'm sure you are just as excited as I am to get on with the storytelling. So let's jump right in. Janaki, over to you for Nandenda, Story of Two Friends.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. And hello, everyone. Namaskaram. And I am so thrilled that I get to celebrate Madras Week with all of you. Fantastic. So let's get into it. Wait, did I hear the school bell ring? That's right. The school bell rang and Oscar and Balaji, they just came out of the classroom. We were in class 7. Just came out of the classroom and as usual saying, yay, it's going to be a weekend and we're going to have so much fun. And then Oscar says, Balaji, I need to tell you something. So Balaji said, yes, what is it? Come on, tell me, tell me. Are we going out somewhere? Shall we do this? Shall we do that? Calm down. Okay, so my father, he works with the U.S. Consulate. Balaji said, yeah, I know that. Well, his tenure has ended and we need to go back to the US. What? You mean you're going back? Yeah, his tenure has ended, so we have to go back. But Balaji was so upset, he didn't know how to react. But Oscar, it's okay, we have video chats. It's okay, we're going to be in touch. We're going to be sending emails. We're going to chat, FaceTime. Come on. No, but it's not going to be the same. Oh, Balaji, you're thinking too much of it. It's okay. I know we're friends. We're going to be in touch. Yeah, but it's okay. And Balaji he had a long, long face and he went home. He threw his bag on the sofa. And he said, Ma. Amma was not at home. But Venki Tata was there. Actually, Venki was his uncle, old uncle, but he preferred calling him Tata. Hey, Balaji, eppadi irukka? Nalla irundha school? Oh, Tata, I'm not in a mood to talk to you. Hey, ennachappa? Edhukku sogama irukka? Come. What is bothering you? Tell me. Venki Tata has answer to all problems. No, you don't have answer to this problem. Only if you tell me, I'll know. No. Tell, what is the problem? My best friend, no, Oscar. Yeah, what about him? Father also works in that U.S. Consulate. No, you told me once. Yeah, Tata, his father's tenure is over. They're going back to the U.S. Oh, Apriya. So, what so, Tata? I'm feeling so bad. Best friend. I had so many plans for, taking him around Madras, but Chennai. See, I knew you will also say Madras. No, Tata, it's Chennai for me, Madras for you. Whatever it is, what is the problem now? You want to take him around your Chennai, my Madras. Correct? Yes, Tata. But he's going. That's okay. We have tomorrow. Call him now. Ask him if he's free. Just about 2 hours. We'll take him to some important points in our area. You mean you'll come with us? Tata, I know how much you are interested in history. You'll come with us and you'll take us around. Tata, it will be wonderful. Tata, I hope he's free. Call him, no. Hey, Oscar. Oscar. I have some good news. Yeah, you know what? My Venki Tata, who I always talk about, the one who knows everything about Madras, meaning Chennai, he calls it Madras, okay? I wanted to take you around, so can you come with us tomorrow? We'll be there. What? No, I can pick you up from your home. You're inviting us to the consulate? Okay, fantastic. I'll tell. So tomorrow after lunch, we'll come there. All right, fantastic. Tata, you're the best, Tata. Balaji was squealing with delight because he was going to get a chance to get inside the consulate and meet maybe Oscar's father also. So next day morning, Balaji didn't even sleep that night. Next day morning, he was all ready, and after lunch, he called Muthu, their favorite auto person, and Muthu was there. Sir, enga pona sir? Ingu illappa, konjam Madras sutti kaamkalama and the pasangalku. You want to go around Chennai? Of course, sir. Ever ready, sir. Namma Madras, sir. Please, sir. Okay, sir. Come, sir. Come. So, Venki Tata and Balaji got into the auto and they went past Gemini flyover and got dropped at the U.S. Consulate. And they went inside. As soon as they went inside, they had to drop off all the cell phones, everything. Nothing was allowed inside. They got a visitor's tag and they wrote and the security checked. And as soon as they finished the security check, guess what? Oscar and his father were there. They said, oh, Tata, that's Oscar. He said, oh, and that's his father. Oh, hello. My name is Venkateshwar and I am his uncle. He fondly calls me Tata. Oh, hello, sir. And Oscar was, I'm so excited, Balaji. But before that, I have to show you around. And Balaji said, of course, I'm also eager. Guess what? They entered the American Center Library. And that's when Venkateshwar and Tata looked at Oscar's father and said, this is 1969, correct? I remember, sir. Yes, do you remember this building? He said, yes. My father used to tell me how he came and just a bowl, sir. He came, he inaugurated along with our mayor, Mr. Singh, and it was 500 people had come to attend that function. Oh, you do remember? That's fantastic. Sir, I have been following the friendship, sir. Very nice, sir. And by the way, you're wearing a very nice shirt. This is also Madras checks, no? Oh, yes, this is Madras checks. I got it from a city called Madras in Oregon, right? In the US. It's very famous for Madras checks and we love it. Yes, sir. We also love our Madras. Sir, okay, sir. And as they entered the library, Balaji was awestruck. So many books. Oh, we have more than 40,000 books, 40,000 journals, 14,000 books, 500 documentaries. We have 2,500 members. Oh, Oscar went on. Balaji said, okay. Hey, listen, there is also some children's corner. I see some colored chairs and all. Yes, that's a children's corner. And they were thrilled. Every nook and corner they kept on seeing. And Venki Tata was so happy. He almost sat on every sofa and said, this is very nice. Oh, you have headphones. Oh, you have a big screen. Very nice. And then suddenly something caught his eye and he said, hello, this is amazing. you have a separate corner for Mr. Muttaya. Balaji said, who is Muttaya? Who is Muttayava? Oh my God, he's the storyteller of Madras. He knew everything. There was nothing that he didn't know. See, there is his photo. And these are all the books that he's written. This is fantastic. Oh, last year, 50th year, no? That time they must have kept it. Oh, very nice, sir. Excellent, sir. This is very, very good. Excellent. And by then, Oscar said, have you finished seeing? Is that enough? Shall we go for our Madras trip? And Balaji looked at Venki Tata. Tata, can we go? And Venki Tata said, of course. And Oscar's father said, enjoy yourself, children. Have lots of fun. But come back in about 2 hours. And he said, of course, I will make sure that I drop him. Don't worry about it at all. Sir, okay, see you. They shook hands. And they came out. Oscar had a surprise because they walked up to the bus stand, which was called USIS. Oh, I never noticed it. USIS, that's the bus stop name, is it? That's right. And there was Muthu waiting in the auto. He said, sir, my name is Muthu, sir. How are you, sir? Papa told me, Thambi told me, sir. Shh, Balaji saying, why are you saying Papa, Thambi and all? Okay, please sit down. Sir, Polama, sir, beach dane. Hello, what beach and all? First, because we saw a library here, we'll take him to a library that he's not seen. I've kind of seen many parts of Madras, your Chennai, sir. Oscar said, yeah, but you wouldn't have seen and heard some of the stories that I am going to introduce you to. All right, that sounds exciting. And they sat in the auto. And Muthu was so thrilled and said, U-turn, and he started singing. Madras Suttipaka Poram, Marina will be Panga Poram. Balaji said, Muthu and uncle, he doesn't know Tamil that much. It's okay, don't sing. He said, why Thambi? I can sing auto song in English. Wait. Anywhere I want to go, I simply take an auto. Oscar and Balaji started laughing. Anywhere I need to go, I simply take an auto. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. There's nothing like an auto. Tuk, tuk, tuk. That is what they say, no? You heard of tuk, tuk, tuk? Oscar said, yeah. I've heard the word tuk, tuk, tuk. Tuk, tuk, tuk. The engine goes. Headlight like a shiny nose. There's nothing like an auto. 3 wheels and a meter. There's nothing like an auto. Oscar and Balaji laughed at the way Muthu was so fond of his auto. And they finally landed up in this oldish looking building. And they got on. And Balaji said, Tata, where are we? He says, come, I have to show you this new place. New for you, not for me. It's called the Madras Literary Society. Wow, just look at the building. He walked inside. It was a single story, but with a double story height. Made out of sandstone and bricks, and so nice. There was a children corner there also, but so many books all around. And that's when Tripura Sundari and her colleague Uma came. They were volunteers at MLS and they said, hello, can I help you? And they said, oh, I'm just showing them MLS, what it stands for. She said, of course, please look around. We have books from the 16th century. 16th century? Yeah, more than maybe 50,000 books. That many books. Yeah. He's actually Oscar and that's Balaji and I'm Venki. Sir, haven't you come here before? Tripura Sundari asked Tata. Yes, I have come here, I'm very interested in history. And she said, yeah, okay. So do you want to listen to a story of some friendship just like the two of you? He said, yeah. You know something? People come for genealogy trail to MLS. They want to trace because there was a college here. College of Fort St. George. Of course, it's no longer there, but they used to have their ancestors who used to study there. They were all learning some native languages and culture. The college was set up primarily for it. This was its library. And sometimes there are people coming to find out more about their great-grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers. He said, really? So what about the story that you were going to say? Oh, this is about a father and a daughter who came searching for some more information. They had just scraps of information, but they knew that, you know, their great-grandfather's father had been to this college around 1815 or so. And when they started giving us this information, we at MLS, we just tried to put a timeline together. We tried gathering more information from the TN archives, almanac, and we did give them maybe not all the information, but they did go back with some information. Oscar and Balaji looked at each other. What friendship! How beautiful! Exactly. And you know what? Tripura Sundari was so excited to share this other piece of information that they were actually looking at the, you know, gate from where they could have entered, maybe the remains of the college, the Kuam River gate. How would they have come? They were, you know, imagining. So they were thinking about all the stories, and they were so happy that they even sponsored a book. They adopted a book and sponsored a furniture. My God, Oscar and Balaji were thrilled, because this is not something that they would have come to know if Venki Tata didn't come with them. They looked at Venki Tata and said, thank you. And Venki Tata said, thank you to Tripura Sundari and Uma, and saying, you're doing such wonderful service and thank you so much. And she said, yeah, we keep having a quiz, and throughout Madras, we have a lot of quiz, and we actually, you know, we have the Chennai Photo Biennale, we were the hosts. Lot of things happened. And as they said bye, Venki Tata looked at Oscar. Yenappa, nalla irundhuda? Oscar by now had picked up a few bits of Tamil. Nalla, romba nalla Tata, romba nalla. Oh, I like it that you're also calling me Tata. And they sat in an auto. Muthu uncle, please don't sing that song again. Please, you sing. No, simply take an auto. Where, sir? Where to go now? And they went via Chennai railway station. Ah, I've been here before, Oscar said. Really? How? Oh, you remember I went to Ooty once? I've gone to the railway station. He said, but you wouldn't have seen it like this. And Tata made him look up at the tower, 41 meters in height. And he said, look at that clock. That clock is the oldest clock in Chennai. Really, this is so beautiful. It reminds me of the City Hall clocks in Philadelphia. Balaji, when you come to the US, I'm going to show you around. Me? US? Why not? Just like I came here, I'm sure you are going to come there too. He said, yeah, maybe. And then he said, did you like traveling in the train? He said, oh, I love traveling in the train. But the best part was when I got out to the station, I loved these sounds. What sounds? Chai, chai, coffee, coffee, 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 chai, chai, chai. Both of them laugh. That's brilliant. I love the way you said chai, chai, coffee, coffee. And from there, they go towards the Marina Beach. Oh, the sea breeze is so cool. And Oscar said, I love the Marina Beach. I just absolutely love it. Tata said, not just the beach. Look what is here. And he pointed out. And Balaji said, that's Vivekananda Illam. Yeah, but that was not Vivekananda Illam before. It was called the Ice House. Ice House. Yes, long time back in 1800s, no? Frederick Tudor, he was called the Boston Ice King. He harvested ice and sent it in a ship. The same ship that used to carry cotton, spices, tea, leather from India, it came back with ice. Because nobody knew about ice then. But ice will melt, Tata. No, he put sawdust, he put salt, and when the ice came, he needed some place to store. So there was ice house in Kolkata, in Bombay, in Madras. But only this Madras ice house stayed. But of course, after some time, everybody knew how to make ice. So this ice house was no longer ice house, but Vivekananda came and stayed here. And when he came and stayed here, it became different. It became Vivekananda Illam because the government decided that they will make it into a museum, beautiful museum. Who was Vivekananda? Oscar asked. Oh, he was a great philosopher, Vedanta. In fact, he has gone to Chicago. In 1893, everybody in a big conference stood up and clapped for 2 minutes. You know why? Because he started by saying sisters and brothers instead of ladies and gentlemen. Of course, lot of philosophy. He started Ramakrishna Mission. He says, this is wonderful, Tata. Thank you so much. And as they move on, Tata said, stop to Muthu. And he said, I have to get him TMPS. TMPS? What's that? You don't know TMPS? T for Tenga, M for Manga, P for Patani, S for Sundal. Tenga, Manga, Patani, Sundal. You are in the beach and how come you have to have Tenga, Manga, Patani, Sundal. So what's that? That's raw coconut, raw mango, some boiled lentils, and then it's all mixed together. It's very healthy. And he brought in 2 packets. As he ate it, he was saying, this is brilliant, very good taste. And as they munched, Tata said, do you see that? That's the Presidency College. He said, yeah, I know something. There's a history here also. He says, yes, Martin Luther King Jr. came here in 1959. Yes, and delivered a speech. Now after that, 50 years later, 2009, his son came. And in 2019, U.S. diplomat, the same hall, delivered a speech. Maulik Farkhana. That's right. See, so much. I've shown you so many places, Oscar. Have you seen all these places? I've just gone past these places, but Tata, you've just taught me so much about our friendship. Just like Balaji and mine. He said, yes, now let's go. I think it's getting late. Very soon we'll have to reach the consulate. He said, yeah, get back into the auto. And as they move, they get stuck in a terrible traffic jam. He says, what is happening? Music Academy. Music Academy, the heart of the culture of Madras, dance and, I've been there for a performance too, said Oscar. But do you know Bala Saraswati Amma, the dancer? She has gone to the US. She's taught there for 20 years. MS Amma, Bharat Ratna, MS Subbulakshmi Amma. You won't even know, you were not born there. She performed Maitrim Bhajata in 1966 in United Nations. Tata, no need to sing, Tata. We all understand. Tata laughs. Okay, I won't bore you more. And as they go towards, Oscar says, I'm actually, that thing, TMPS, made me feel a little hungry. That's exactly where we are going. Balaji said, I have a surprise for you. He said, what surprise? Wait, just 5 more minutes. And they go into Mylapore. Mylapore is crowded. There's a lot of hustle, bustle. There are hawkers in the North Mara street. Everywhere there's people selling something or the other. There are lots of dolls. And Oscar says, my God, look at those dolls. Look at all this beautiful place. Look at that temple. That's Kapalishwara Kovil. Nice big temple. And then why are you taking me to this shop? Come inside. And he takes him to Rasi. Inside, Balaji says, I wanted to give you a gift. He says, but you've taken me around Madras. That's the best gift that you can give me. He said, no. And he gets him a nice red kurta and an angavastram. What is this? Is it a scarf? No, it's an angavastram. You can actually, and see this beautiful zari. He says, I love it. This is really nice. And he hugs Balaji and he says, I'm hungry. He says, yeah, and they get out, the fresh smell of jasmine, so many things, fruit vendors, everything, but they go past all of them, go to Karpagambal mess. And there a banana leaf, and dosa, idli, sambar, chutney is served for Oscar, Balaji, and Tata. Oh, Oscar loves it, and he loves eating all of those. And he says, "Oh, the sambar is a little spicy, but then he loves it." He says, "I also want that powder, the powder in which I think you mix oil." They said, "Yes, molaga podi. Appa, you konja molaga podi poduppa." Comes and he puts molaga podi, and he says, "This is amazing. This is really, really nice." And he says, "I'm going to tell my mother to pack a lot of this podi because we really love this cuisine. You know, staying in Madras all these years, we've really loved it." See, Tata, I called it Madras and not Chennai. Tata is happy. I'm very, very happy. Really happy. You know, Madras has a charm. That charm, no, won't come anywhere else. You have to be here. Then only you will understand what Madras. It is one feeling, no? It is something amazing. Balaji says, "Yes, I agree with Tata." As they step out, there's another smell that wafts in the air. And Oscar says, "What's that smell? It's something different from what we ate." And Balaji says, "Ah, see that lady? She's frying bhajis." Bhajis? What's that? Oh, it's like a fritter. It's like stuffed, stuffed chilies and all, and you put them in a batter and fry it. It's really nice. He says, I'm like really full. Otherwise, I would have loved to have a couple of those. And Balaji laughs. He said, "Bhaji, bhaji, bhaji." He said, "What is bhaji, bhaji, bhaji?" He said, "No, I'm just reminded of this really a humorous story. Story? We have time, Balaji. You have to drop me to the consulate. Come, tell me that story." And Balaji says, "All right." I read it in a book. It's called The Case of the Stolen Smells. And here it is. It was in a village, far, far away somewhere in Tamil Nadu. And there was this man called Raju, and he worked in an Indian hairline salon. So he was whole day trimming mustache, trimming beards, being an assistant, and he was tired, but he used to wait for his lunchtime. Come lunchtime, he had a small little box. He used to take it, sit under the tree, and have some really nice pack by his wife. Now, just below that would be a little green leaf, the banana leaf, a small portion. When he lifted it, it used to be some pickle or a green chili or some salt. So today he was really tired, and as he opened, he looked again. There was no curd rice, just a ball of rice. What is this? Then he remembered. Today's almost end of the month. My wife wouldn't have had money. It's okay. But just a bowl of rice, how can I eat it? And just then he hears, "Shh." That's Babu. Babu is frying bhaji in his bhaji stall. And those bhajis are not just plain bhajis. These bhajis are nice, big molaga, chili, slit and stuffed with masala of onions and potatoes and all kinds of things, dipped in a batter and put in the oil. Shh. And as the smell came in, it was so amazing. And then he got an idea. He said, "Let me try this." He took a small portion of the rice, took a deep breath, waited for this sound. And as the smell wafted, he ate, and it was almost as if he was feeling the bhaji, the outer crust, the juicy masalas which went right inside. Oh, the salt was also just right. It was beautiful. And he waited for Babu to put one more bhaji, and he took this little bit of rice and Now Babu was looking at all this. He says, "What is this man trying to do?" And just then Raju's friend also came, Kannan. He looked at him like this. He said, "What? You also didn't bring lunch? Come, have this." And Kannan said, "Rice only." rice, but I have a technique to make it more interesting. How? Just take this rice, wait for Babu to put a bhaji. Babu put a bhaji. Shh. The same thing happened with Kannan. And Kannan also ate and he said, this is brilliant. Now Babu got angry. He says, I heard these two saying all whatever they said. They smell my bhaji. They won't buy anything from me, but they'll smell my bhaji and eat it. They better pay for the smells. And he came and said, Raju, I saw 3 smells you, 2 smells you. 3 smells what? You smelled my bhaji. Yeah, but I just smelled the bhaji. You smelled my bhaji. Bhaji belongs to me, sir. Please. 50 paisa for every smell. So 5, 2 rupees 50 paisa. Please pay and no problem. You have smelled many, many more times, but I am magnanimous. You know, I'm willing to forgive all that. Just pay me 2 rupees 50 paisa. What? 2 rupees 50 paisa for smelling a bhaji? You got to be joking. No, I am not joking. This is what you have to pay. And soon a big fight happened and everybody, all the villagers came and they said, oh my God, these 2 are fighting. These 3 are fighting now because Kannan also joined. And they said, wait. Only the village head, Sattapadi Ayya, he can deliver justice. So all of them went. Sattapadi Ayya he just lunched and was very happy, wanting to snooze, and correctly all these people came. And he said, hello, who are you? What do you want? And then Babu said, sir, I am Babu of Bhaji stall, sir. I am putting bhaji, but these people, they are smelling my bhaji and not paying me. Oh, so Sattapadi Ayya turned to Raju. Raju, come here. Did you smell his bhaji? Ayya, I smelled it. Did you or did you not smell his bhaji? I smelled, Ayya. How many times? Ayya, what are you asking, Ayya? That smell came, Ayya. I mean, it was there in the air. I smelled it. How many times? Ayya, I don't remember. Okay, but did you smell that bhaji smell? I smelled. Okay, you smelled, no? That smell belongs to bhaji. Bhaji belongs to Babu. So the smell also belongs to Babu. So now you have to pay 2 rupees 50 paisa. Everybody, all the villagers said, we thought he didn't get justice. And what is this? Sattapadi Ayya is doing this. But Ayya, I don't have any money. No problem. You give me 5 haircut free. I will pay on your behalf. He removed some coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 50 paisa coins. And he said, all right. Okay, Babu, here it is. And as Babu was, yes, it's all going to be mine. He stretched his arms. Sattapadi Ayya put the coin here. And it went clink, clink, clink. Babu thought it was a mistake. Said, no, Ayya, no problem. You give me the second one. The second one also went here. Clink, clink, clink. Wow. Third, fourth, fifth, everything went clinkety, clinkety, clink. And just as Kannan was gathering all the coins and giving it back to Sattapadi Ayya, Babu said, that all those paisa, no, that is mine. That is mine. Sattapadi Ayya said, give me that, give me that. Took all the coins and he said, you heard the sound of the coins? Yeah, I heard. Clink, 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 it went. How many times it went? He said, clink, 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 clink. 5 times it went. You heard? That's it. They smelled your bhaji 5 times. You heard the falling of the coin 5 times. Smell and sound, correct? No? And all the villagers, they started clapping. They said, oh my God, this was Babu didn't know where to look. And the moment Balaji finished the story, Oscar, Balaji, Muttu and Venki Tata started laughing. They said, this is such a funny story. And that's not all. There is a song. Bhaji, 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 suda, suda, bhaji, bhaji, bhaji. Balaji said, come on, Oscar. I know you can sing this. My God, it's got a lot of Tamil phrases. That's okay. Tamil phrases you skip. But at least bhaji you can sing. Well, I'll try to. I don't know if I can sing in the same tune. That's okay. So he said, Bajji, 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 suda, suda, suda means hot. Okay. Bajji, 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 suda, suda, bajji, bajji, bajji. Bajji, 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 suda, suda, bajji, bajji, bajji. Bajji, 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 suda, suda, bajji, bajji, bajji. Vengaya bajji, varakka bajji, molaga bajji, doi. Vengaya bajji, varakka bajji, molaga bajji, doi. எண்ணெயில் போட்ட வாசனையான மிளகா பஜ்ஜி டோய் எண்ணெயில் போட்ட வாசனையான மிளகா பஜ்ஜி டோய் முறுமுறுப்பான காரமான மிளகா பஜ்ஜி டோய் முறுமுறுப்பான காரமான மிளகா பஜ்ஜி டோய். Come on, sing with me. Bajji, 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 suda, suda, bajji, bajji, bajji. Oscar also joined. Muthu was so happy. He was like, I've been deprived of singing my songs. Let me at least sing this song. Bajji, 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 suda, suda, bajji, bajji, bajji. Bajji, 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 suda, suda, bajji, bajji, bajji. Vengaya bajji, varakka bajji, molaga bajji, doi. Bajji, 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 suda, suda, bajji, bajji, bajji. Bajji, 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 suda, suda, bajji, bajji, bajji. And by that time, they had come to the consulate and it was time for Oscar to get down. Oscar and Balaji hugged each other and Muthu said, Sir, photo, sir. Venkatata, give me your phone. And you also stand, sir. And he took a nice photo, but Oscar and Balaji wanted a photo with Muthu also. So they stood with Muthu and his auto, and they took a photo. They took many photos. And Venkatata looked at both of them and he said, just like U.S and Madras, may your friendship be always forever. Unga rendu verodum friendship illa irukanum, pudiye irukanum. And both Oscar and Balaji looked at each other and said, Nanbenda, Nanbenda. And Muthu also joined and said, Nanbenda. And that is how Oscar went back to the US with lots and lots of memories. He had seen Chennai before, but he remembered this day so much because he saw Chennai in a new light during its Madras week celebration. And he knew it was Happy Birthday Madras on August 22nd. And he said, I'm going to miss the birthday, but anyway, I have so many memories. I'm going to be always, these memories are always going to be mine and Balaji's. And he couldn't wait for Balaji to come to the US and him to show him around the US. So that was the story of two friends, Nanbenda. So I think now we can have some pictures. That's right, see? Aha, so here we have the story and I'm going to show you a few pictures. My God, look at this. This was Gemini flyover in the early 70s. Can you see where the US Consulate is? For all those who have seen US Consulate, I'm sure you can. Here, right? That's where the US Consulate is. And such a beautiful, I mean, so beautiful, so many memories for so many people who are watching. Each one of you, I'm sure, will have very, very different memories. Yes, and the next one. Okay, now if you can see this, 1 minute. This is the Ambassador Kenneth Juster and former Consul for Public Affairs and Public Diplomacy, Lauren Lovelace, along with family members of S. Muthaiya. Remember, I told you about the library corner? This is it. This is the inauguration. This was done last year at the 50th anniversary of the consulate. So beautiful, see that. There he is, the Madras checks. Now this is the Madras check that I was talking about. It is so, so beautiful. The Madras checks coat. All of you, I'm sure, if there are elders at home, they would all love to see this, talk about the Madras checks. There he is. He's wearing the Madras print shirt, just like Oscar's father was wearing the other day in the story. Ah, Harry's Flower Market. Now, this is one place that they couldn't go because, you know, there was hardly any time. They just had 2 hours, and in that 2 hours, Balaji wanted to buy Oscar a gift and, you know, also eat idli, dosa, vada. Ah, the Jadai poo. So beautiful. See, here she's trying this. Isn't it looking beautiful? So nice. The hustle and bustle of the flower market. So nice. Oh, the Adyar Eco Park. Next time Oscar comes, he's definitely going to be visiting this place. Aha, Kai Murukku. Oh, I'm hungry now. Kai Murukku, look at this beautiful way of, you know, it's all done with the hand and it's so beautiful. Each one is so even. It's absolutely as if it's machine made. So beautiful. And Kalakshetra, it evokes a sense of, you know, the moment, such pride of Kalakshetra. And former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, she went there and she was, she in fact witnessed this dance, and she was, this is such a beautiful picture because, you know, they were so thrilled to perform in front of her, all the dancers in Kalakshetra. Ah, the Kapaleshwarar Kovil. And so the former U.S. Ambassador Richard Verma, he's inside the Kapaleshwarar Kovil. Aha, that's Robert Burgess standing outside. And of course, the U.S. Ambassador Kenneth Juster standing in front of the Kapaleshwarar Kovil. Aha, that's the Veena. Maybe this is Saptaswara or Shrutile, I'm not so sure, but she's definitely trying her hand in playing the Veena. Ah, the banana leaf. Just like Oscar loved, you know, eating in the banana, but this is a full meal, mind you. This was not the tiffin that they had. This is the South Indian meal, enjoyed only on a banana leaf. And, oh yes, actually I think Oscar and Balaji didn't have that filter coffee. Tata had the filter coffee, but they enjoyed nothing like the filter coffee. Aha, that smell of the filter coffee. There it is, TMPS, Tenga, Manga, Patani, Sundal. Definitely a trip to the beach is completely, no, it's a no-no without TMPS. You have to have your TMPS there. And of course, the Marina Beach. You know, that's where even Oscar and Tata, everybody sat. Ah, this, remember I told you about the Presidency College? Beautiful. It evokes so many memories. And that's the Ice House, or Vivekananda Illam. So let us know if you have some stories. Over to you, Laura.
Thank you, Janaki, and what a great story. You know, I realized watching that I didn't have enough lunch, and I am really hungry now to try all of those wonderful foods. You just put it in my mind to try everything. And you know, I haven't been living here in Chennai for that long, but so unfortunately lately I haven't been able to visit a lot of the sites around Madras. But your story really brought me through the city, helped me picture it, and now I know exactly where I need to go once I can start exploring again. So thank you for that. That was really great. All right, and it looks like we do have some questions coming in, so please keep sending them. We have a few more minutes to address them. And really quick, I'll also just mention that we've got lots of schools participating today. Thanks so much. We've got CPS Global, Shishya, GISP, and Chennai Public School. So if you're from a different school, put it in the comments so we know where you're writing from. Okay, so Janaki, the first question we have here says, where did you get the story from? Where did the story come from?
Okay, the story for me came from my heart. All right, this is about these two boys. But for me, the story is just an element to tie everything together. Everything else is real, right? So I think there is an Oscar and a Balaji somewhere there, okay? And this story is very much a part of me, because I feel that's the kind of relationship that has been built over the years, you know, right from Venki Tata, who by the end of the story, I think he also understands that Madras is Chennai and Chennai is Madras.
Perfect, great. And we have one question here. Did Oscar ever go to the beach? We talked a little bit about the beach.
Yes, I didn't, Oscar couldn't go at that time because remember he had only 2 hours. So, and Tata was not sure whether he could wet his feet, you know, because, but Oscar had been to the beach before, but not necessarily in the story. During this time, he let it pass because there were so many more interesting things happening.
There's just too much to do. Couldn't do it all, right? Absolutely. And the next question, what do you use Jedi poo for?
Okay, Jade poo is used for, you know, decorative purposes, even for weddings, and sometimes for dance recitals. Bharatanatyam dance recitals also, they wear it, but mainly for, you know, this entire beautiful picture that you saw is just fixed onto the plait of a bride. So, you know, bride or the bangle ceremony when she's pregnant, or even engagement. So any ceremony and the girl has to be dressed up, they use this.
Very beautiful, looks so lovely. But the most popular question we've gotten from several people is, can you please sing the auto song again? I think that was the highlight of everybody's story. I'll leave it up to you about that, but everyone loved the auto song.
All right, so anywhere I need to go, I simply take an auto. Anywhere I need to go, I simply take an auto. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. There's nothing like an auto. Tuk, the engine goes. Tuk, the engine goes. Their headlights like a shiny nose. Headlight like a shiny nose. 3 wheels and a meter. 3 wheels and a meter. There's nothing like an auto. So I must give credit to the person who has tuned this. Is from Karadi Tales Rhymes, which they have come recently. And the auto that they have featured is a Madras auto. So I thought it was just the right one to, you know, fit into the story.
Perfect, an iconic song for an iconic vehicle that we see all over the city.
That's right.
And speaking of going all over the city, somebody asks, Janaki Akka, have you been all over the city?
Yes, I have, right from Fort St. George to, I have been to MLS, and MLS is beautiful. I have been to Paris Corner. I have been, but you know what? When I started researching for this story, I think I've fallen in love with Madras all over again, and I can't wait to go and explore maybe those little places where I have not been before, but I have been, you know, I have been to most of the places.
There's so much to see. And so when did you first tell this story, or maybe when did this story happen in your mind? When did it take place?
Okay, it happened, I think, in January, just before all this other things that have happened, you know, because January is when his father's tenure got over and they had to move.
Absolutely, that makes sense, for sure, for sure. And let's see, so many questions coming in. I'm trying to get to them all so we don't miss anybody here. Was that song, Janaki Akka, from your heart? Somebody asks, was that from your heart?
Okay, so I got inspired to write a story with keeping, because it was all about 2 friends. So I wrote this story, but for me, they are very real people, you know, Oscar and Balaji are very real, because I think there is I just have to look around, and there will be an Oscar. There will be friendships that are made like this, and of completely two different countries. And they come together because they put in a situation and they become best of friends and friends forever.
So speaking of that friendship between two people, just like Oscar and Balaji, somebody asks, have you had pen pals? Have you written any letters describing Madras or what it's like to be here?
All right. Well, pen pals means I'm surprised this question is coming, because there's nothing called pen pals right now. I mean, but I did have, and when I first came to this city many, many years ago, and when people started asking me to describe Madras, that is when I used to write letters, especially to my parents who were staying in Delhi. I used to write a lot of stories, about I went to the beach, because Delhi doesn't have a beach. So for me, beach was the most beautiful attraction. And the sea breeze, nobody could understand. They said, but Madras is so humid. Yeah, but then there's the sea breeze that comes in, which is not there. The moment just after noon, the sea breeze just gently creeps into your homes.
I love that. And it is hot here, but I find the weather so lovely. I'm from a place that gets snow, it gets heat, but I've just found that being here, that breeze, it keeps it lovely in the afternoon and the evening. So I'm with you on that, absolutely. And it looks like we also have folks joining us from BVM School, Harishri,
Wow.
Grove School, so all over the place. Keep those comments coming to tell us where you're writing from. Okay, and we've had a couple people ask, you sort of hit on this a little bit, Janaki, but is the story real?
So as I told you, I wrote this story. It is real for me, but the characters I've used are fictional, but the places I've used are real. So I've just connected it with a story. Otherwise, how else can I bring about a story of friendship of two countries without friendship between two friends? This was the easiest. I mean, I thought this would be a great way of showcasing a friendship, And we all have that. Each one of you who've asked me this question, I know you all have best friends, and they need not be in the same country.
So going off of that exact point, we've had a couple of questions about the friendship between US and India, saying, how does this relate to the two countries sort of on a broader scale? Do you want to take that question?
I think whether, if you take art and culture, we've had, people from the US coming and performing in our music academy. We've had theater groups, we've had dance groups, we've had people who are performing. We've had very recently, I think we had so many exhibitions, and it's not just culture, it's also, it's the point like Mr. S. Muttaya would always write about, how friendship is forged through art and culture, through stories. And I think over the past so many years, over the past 50 years, or 1912, I think the Consul General first came, they were established in Paris Corner. From then on, it's been friendship. I think ever since US and India, we find ways and means to connect with each other. And maybe you could also add in your points, Laura.
Absolutely. I think those are great points. And I would just say that the US Consulate General here in Chennai, and really anywhere we have a consulate or an embassy all over the world, those places and the people that work there are dedicated to building these types of relationships. There's a lot that happens at a consulate or an embassy. We're working on lots of different issues, but one of the really most important things is, like you said, is developing those connections between cultures and countries, whether we're trying to help students study in India from the United States or vice versa, whether we're bringing music programs, we're encouraging trade and good relations economically between countries. I think everything that we're doing is to help build those relationships and make our foundation stronger. So I think that's a great way to exemplify it through the story of these two friends and how they share each other's culture and the things that are important to them. So thank you. All right, we still have a few more minutes. So let's see. 6 more minutes. Did you compose the other songs that are mentioned in the story, Janaki?
One song was from a film, which is what Muthu sings, and Muthu says, Madras Sutti Pakaporen. It's a film song, and because I couldn't not sing that song, because it talks about marina, it talks about lighthouse, but you know, because Muthu, the character, symbolizes all the auto drivers we have here, you know, in Chennai, and they're also full of life. Every time I sit in auto, I have lots of conversations with them. You know, they have a take on everything, art, culture, politics, the weather, everything. So that was from a film, and the other two songs, Chai, Chai, Coffee, Coffee, is also Kharadi Tale rhyme, and it's kind of longer. Chai, chai, coffee, coffee, chai, chai, coffee, coffee, chai, chai, coffee, coffee, chai, chai, coffee, coffee, chai, chai, chai. The train in the station ready to go. Signal green, the whistle blows. Da 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 da. Chai, chai, coffee, coffee. So, and the story at the end, which is from a book called The Case of the Stolen Smells, is also by Kharadi Tales, written by Pankaja Srinivasan. So that's the only story that I, you know, took from, because I thought the budgie story, you know, and there are these ladies who sell budgies in the Mylapore street that I was talking about, and the budgie story, I had to share this budgie story.
I love the budgie story, and in particular, the stories also made me miss filter coffee. I think that's one of my favorite parts of Chennai, is the filter coffee. I can't wait till I get a next cup. Wakes me up in the morning or all day long. All right, so maybe this is a good one to just kind of start wrapping us up. Somebody asks, what does Nandenda mean? When we go back to the name of the story, Nanbenda, Tale of Two Friends, Story of Two Friends.
Okay, what was that again?
Sure. Oh, are we having some technical trouble? Somebody asked, what does Nanbenda mean?
Okay, it's the friendship. I think it's a phrase which denotes friendship. Nanbenda. Nanban means friends. So it's you know, it's a very beautiful way of saying that we both are friends, and we'll be friends forever. So I think that's why I think the Consulate also decided to celebrate this entire Madras week with that title, because I think that is a metaphor for the friendship, not only of the countries of Oscar and Balaji, of various different places, various different tie-ups that U.S. and India, and more so Madras, have had.
Perfect, thank you for that. A lot of people are saying that your story is really patriotic. A lot of people have mentioned that they've been really inspired by your storytelling. So thank you so much for that. And I do note that we are just about out of time for today's event. I want to thank everyone for sending in these great questions. There may be one or two that we haven't had a chance to get to today, but if you want to go back and watch the video again, if you have any lingering questions that you think watching it again might help answer, we are going to be posting this on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it at any point. I'd also just say, please follow the U.S. Consulate General Chennai on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for future programs just like this one, if you've enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll have many more engaging sessions, certainly not as engaging as you, Janaki. That was a wonderful event today. Anything else you'd like to say before I close for today?
No, thank you so much, Laura, and all the technical team at the U.S. Consulate, and thank you for having me as your storyteller. I think I'm so happy that I'm able to celebrate Madras Week, because Madras is very special, and to celebrate it with a story, and that too a story of friendship, I think is very, very heartwarming. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Perfect. Well, a big thank you, and Nandri, Janaki, for your story. Please, everyone, wherever you are, give her a huge virtual round of applause for today's story. Thank you for joining us. It was a really great event, and enjoy the rest of your Madras Week. Hopefully you'll be able to celebrate it in style. All right. Have a good one, everyone.